The road to WrestleMania is underway with the Royal Rumble done and dusted, and this year's winner was someone that we all thought we would never see wrestle ever again. But he was one of the biggest surprise entrants of last year's Rumble, and 2021 has started off with a heck of momentum for him this year. It is my great pleasure to be able to chat to WWE Hall of Famer, multiple-time world champion, tag team champion, and even a multiple-time Royal Rumble winner. Please welcome my guest at this time, the rated superstar, Edge. Edge, how are you, man? It is great to chat.
Hi, how are you? There you are.
Yeah, going well, and it is so good to see you back in the WWE. I mean, last year, your surprise debut, actually not debut, but return at the Royal Rumble, it was just one of those moments that we haven't had in ages where everyone's texting their friends going, "Did you just see who went to the Rumble?" And there was probably a lot of goals that you had last year that you couldn't do. So have you carried them over to this year, or have you got a completely fresh set of goals for 2021?
You know, it's almost reset, and it's reset because of the tricep injury at Backlash in a way. It's so, you can't write some of this stuff, and like I said, that's when the best stuff, the real stuff, the truth, when that can be filtered into anything and into any kind of story, that's when it's going to work best. And I wanted to wrestle Randy Orton coming back. I needed to see where I was at. And Randy, to me, is the measuring stick of where you're at. And we have chemistry and we have history, and there's just this intangible thing that we have. And I knew I needed to start there. But I also knew after that there was a whole ocean of new opponents and new stories and all of those things. And that's super exciting. What this injury has provided is this story where 11 years to the day after I win the Royal Rumble, I win the Royal Rumble again. The second night of WrestleMania is 10 years to the day that I announced my retirement. You can't map that stuff out. You can't plan that stuff. I didn't realize any of that stuff until fans started telling me on social media. And I went, wow, this is all happened. These are all happy accidents. And it changes the narrative, though, because those are all things that wouldn't have happened had I stayed on after Backlash and not been injured. So you have to pull the positives, right? I tore my triceps. That sucked. There's no way around it. It sucked. But now I look at this new set of opportunities and this new reality, and that's really exciting. So I guess it refocused or reset the goals a little bit, but it's where I wanted to get to. It's just a different way of getting there now because of the injury.
Well, you've got a completely new generation of superstars in the locker room and matches that we never, ever thought would ever happen. I mean, obviously you've got WrestleMania in your sights, but is there anyone in the back that you'd like to step inside the ring with?
I can't narrow it down to one. I really can't. And that's an amazing thing, you know, because there's just so many. So you got a guy like Drew McIntyre, and I've wrestled Drew before, but I wrestled another Drew. This Drew is an entirely new man, an entirely new beast, an entirely new Clydesdale of a man that was not there before. He was just, the seeds were there. Those seeds have now blossomed into Drew McIntyre. Cesaro, Sheamus. I've never had a one-on-one match with Sheamus, which I don't know how that's possible, but it's never happened. That needs to happen because I love what he's doing right now. His stuff is just, take an extra watch of Sheamus's stuff right now. He's doing some special things. Seth Rollins has to happen. AJ Styles has to happen. I would love Daniel Bryan, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, of course, Roman Reigns. I mean, Jey Uso. Literally, like everywhere I look, I go, ooh. Finn Balor, I look at NXT because I love NXT, and I'm going to NXT tonight for that very reason. So it's wide open. That's the beautiful part about this. It's a wide open playing field. We can go any direction we want. And that's, I don't know, it's just so unexpected. And that's what makes it even more special for me.
Now, last year, you shocked the world with your return at the Rumble. This year, it was your best friend and former tag team partner, Christian, that surprised us all with his return. I mean, what was it like sharing a ring with him once again? And now that you're both back in the WWE, could we see a tag team run?
Here's the beautiful part. Here's where wrestling can work at its purest, best level, is when you have reality and truth and real emotions that can't be fabricated, that can't be written, that can't be scripted. So the look you saw on my face as Christian was coming down the ramp, that was real. That was me being part dumbfounded that we were both in the Royal Rumble in 2021 after being told we could both never do this again. Proud. There was pride because I know how hard he worked to get back to the point where he could be cleared, which was evident by looking at him. But so there were so many emotions in that moment, and in that look, because I've known he's been cleared for a little while, right? So I knew all of these things, but then when it's actually happening, you're in the moment, you're in the pocket, that's when you get everything that you've been feeling for this last little while, and it's able to come out, and it just so happens to be able to come out on screen, and that's a beautiful thing.
And the chance of a Edge and Christian reunion?
Second part, sorry about that. I mean, I would love it. I think at some point that would need to happen, just because there's so many opportunities there between Edge and Christian against like the Usos. I mean, man, Edge and Christian against the New Day. Edge and Christian against Ziggler and Rude. Edge and Christian versus the Street Profits. Not for nothing, Edge and Christian versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Edge, it has been a pleasure to chat. Thank you so much for your time, and great to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.